Hello everyone, welcome to this brand new edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host as always, Kendrick Dix, here on this June 2nd, 2018. Glad you can join us. It's been a great weekend thus far. Let's get to what we get to. Use the hashtag PSW for information to, make comment, like us, subscribe, and connect with us here on Connect TV. Let's get to the Raw ring poem. This week's Monday Night Raw. This week, all the Money in the Bank participants from the Raw side includes Braun Strowman, Kevin Owens, Bobby Roode. I'm trying to think who else that final participant. Somebody else I forgot, but Bobby Roode went against Kevin Owens in a one-on-one match. Things went, up to par until Braun Strowman interfered and made sure he the dominant. Finn Balor too. Made sure that he was the dominant one to leave everything and put these hands. So Braun did that, and Braun also had a match with Finn Balor last week to prove he was the dominant one. So leading up to this, next week Braun goes one-on-one against Bobby Roode in very interesting round robin type ordeal. Also, Nia Jax was in action to make a point and prove a point to her number one contender, Ronda Rousey, who had a bird's eye view at the commentary table, and Nia was just displaying her strength, her power, and her endurance to Ronda that she's not going to tap out when they have their anticipated women's championship match at Money in the Bank. So Nia's trying to get inside the head of Ronda. Then also on Raw this week, it was the gauntlet match to determine the final spot in the women's Money in the Bank. And throughout, you had Dana Brooke, you had Mickie James, you had Bayley starting out. Bayley getting disposed by the Riot Squad. Riot Squad member after member eliminating the girls until it was the leader of the Riot Squad, Ruby Riott, against Sasha Banks, who was the last competitor, and Sasha won to earn herself a spot into the Raw women's, into the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. So looks like it's going to be an even playing field, a star-studded playing field for the women's Money in the Bank match. Alright, that ends the Raw. And also, for an honorable mention, they had a Memorial Day for the B team. The B team, did their little own version to ask the tag teams that they deserve a tag team championship match. And tag team said, no, I don't think so. You should be behind the line, not in front of the line. So, and also interesting note too, that if you can see right here that WWE, with that little script they had, we'll talk about that later on the show for Hot Topics, but interesting note on that. So that ends the Raw report. Let's move over to the SmackDown report. On SmackDown this week, man, SmackDown getting great reviews and stuff like that, but the numbers are not doing so well. But SmackDown did a dance out between Lana and Naomi, who are participating in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, and it was entertaining and interesting at the same time, but things just didn't seem right until Lana took a cheap shot at Naomi, who was, in my estimation, getting a little bit more, getting a little bit more support. And Lana didn't like that, and Lana took it out on Naomi, and they had a brawl, a cat fight, until, the Usos and Rusev and Aiden English tried to step in, and it turned into a brawl. So next week on SmackDown will be a six-person mixed tag team match between these six individuals. Let's see how that goes far. Also, Shinsuke Nakamura still continuing to play mind games with AJ Styles after he went against the Perfect 10 off Ty Dillinger and displayed that that's what he's going to do to Ty, win the match, and displaying the last man standing rules of the 10 count. Well, AJ Styles took exception to that and says that he's still going to be standing around at Money in the Bank. That's a fair assessment to make. Also, Big Cass returned to get his revenge on Daniel Bryan. After Daniel Bryan thought he was going to be in a match against Samoa Joe, but Cass inserted himself, making a triple threat match between the three. You thought Daniel Bryan was going to be on the verge of winning, but things didn't seem impossible at the time. But Bryan was close on the kill until Cass came in, and Bryan took care of Cass, and Samoa Joe took the bones and reaped the bones, and Samoa Joe applied the key of clutch, making Daniel Bryan tap out, pass out. I meant to say, didn't tap out. So on the record book, it's still a loss. So Daniel Bryan's dream of being in Money in the Bank is kind of up in smoke. Well, it's up in smoke as it is. It looks like they're gonna continue that feud with Cass and Bryan, that unfinished business. So when Cass and Bryan had that match Backlash, that didn't seem fit well with WWE officials, so they want to redo it again. Let's see how this go from there. All right, that ends the SmackDown report. When we return, we're gonna have more of the Pro Wrestling Show. We're gonna talk about Hot Topic. Is a certain Impact superstar leaving Impact? Another one leaving, going to WWE? Plus, all in with the World title, the history of it, and much more. This is Pro Wrestling Show. Stay tuned.
Case the producer.
I'm your host as always, Kendrick Dix. Glad you can join us here. Use the hashtag PWS right here for every news information regarding pro wrestling. Glad you're here. Let's get to the Hot Topics report on Hot Topics this week. Now, this week on Hot Topics, CM Punk, former professional wrestler, former UFC fighter, has now entered the courtroom. Yes, we know that a couple years back, CM Punk did a podcast with his best friend Colt Cabana after departing WWE a couple months later to give his side of the story on what WWE was doing and their malpractices over Dr. Amon. So CM Punk and the Dr. Amon sued CM Punk, and now they was delaying for a minute, and now they went into court. So right now, it's the procedures are ongoing right now. That the courtroom, as you can see, I've been following this story quite well. I've been looking on the wrestling sites and stuff and see how this case is going, case by case, day by day. And it looks like the doctor is giving his side of the story on, talking about Z-Packs, that he tried to treat Punk, and he kept receiving threatening emails from CM Punk fans, and he's getting slandered. So there's a lot going on, and he's trying to clear his name with that slander that he accuses allegedly CM Punk and Colt Cabana doing, and they did on the podcast. And they was talking about a staph infection. CM Punk and Colt Cabana, about Punk had a staph infection untreatable that caused him to have pain and stuff. So this case is proceeding and it's still ongoing as we speak. Speaking of that, on this past Monday when we was talking about on the Raw report that they had a barbecue segment with the tag teams and stuff, and it's been leaked that what messages to say has been a script that what you can say and what you can't say, and it's very interesting that you speak loud and clearly in one little note to Miss McMahon and Kevin Dunn about how do you come across? Does this make sense? Does it make sense to the viewer? And stuff like that. So WWE is detailing with a fine-tooth comb of what they want you to say and what you don't want to say, and how you had to have bullet points, but then you got to follow the script. All right. Also, we know that the All-In event in Chicago is approaching, and it reached sell 10,000 seats, and they're having this little podcast thing called Starcast, stuff like that. Well, Cody Rhodes gave insight of what he expects and why people think he's following his father's footsteps of pursuing the NWA title. Cody had said that he doesn't want to do this. He knows he doesn't want to do this for his father. He wants to do this for himself. And he said he knows his father knows that, but in a way you can't buck tradition and stuff like that. But I understand what Cody's going for, but at the same time, people are gonna always point that out there. So you might well just go and take advantage of it and just go and say, you know what, I'm doing this for my dad because this is the legacy that he represented, and I want to carry on that battle. Just something simple, and I get where he coming from, but then also you kind of like disagree, saying, you know, your dad held the belt for like 3 times, and he's synonymous with that title, and you want to put your name on, you know, just to say you, a father and a son duo, held that championship. So it is what it is. But hey, also, former WWE superstar Enzo Amore released his upcoming statement, in a way, about the Phoenix situation that caused him his job, and Enzo put out that he's been vindicated, and he put out a rap video, and hey, it is what it is. But we'll never know. But Enzo claiming that the accuser made false accusations and stuff like that. So hey, it is what it is. How they're going. Alright, that ends hot topics for this week. Let's move over to the Impact Ring Report. Right, the Impact Ring Report this week. A lot of stuff to me. Watching it back, it's like it's bland, and I mean bland in a way that you want to get with it, with the promotion, but then the promotion got a lot of work to do in order to get back to where they used to be. And I understand, like, some of their stars left and went on. So anyway, back to Impact. It felt bland. It felt like they're just on their dire straits, to be honest. And it's like this new team that they got, they say they want to make change, but then, you know, I'm going to still give them another shot right now. But, you know, let's see, because they got a couple more months to go. Alright, we're like, the only thing that I see that's impressive is like Cage. Cage is kind of like their version of building a star with how they did with Goldberg, what WCW used to do. And, you know, they got new talent influence, but you need a couple more stars to kind of like build your roster and have a stable roster. And, you know, there's been rumors circling about Eli Drake's contract status. Is he going to stay with Impact, or he's going to go head north to the WWE and make some money, make some real money? But at the same time, his fellow former Impactor stars are kind of like, some are in NXT and some are in the main roster that's not flourishing, as well as kind of like, I would say, like AJ Styles for right now. So you have to think on that, like, in terms of what they're looking for and what they're not. But Eli Drake had a good showing when he went against Scott Steiner and tricked Scott Steiner, and you would have thought Scott Steiner would knew a whole bunch of tricks and a whole bunch of you know, things to do, but apparently that ain't the case. But you can tell there was tension, but then they didn't build it up to being that way of them challenging each other. They just had like a quick fallout, and now we're gonna have this match that y'all didn't explain, like, hey, one of them need to be like, hey, I want a match with you or something. They didn't say it like that. It's just that it just happened. Like I said, Cage won his match easy against that Desmond Xavier in an X Division contendership, but I feel like Cage should be going for the world title, but getting that secondary title, the grand title, something like that, just to build himself as a champion. Then you a year later, then make him the world champion. Trying to think. And Su Yung became the new Knockouts champion when she defeated Allie. I feel like Allie losing her strike too. She's not. It's like nobody from Impact's not bringing nothing to the table, and it's like they're just producing a wrestling show, a product that could be better. And also with this Mr. X thing, you got numbers of Impact officials and writers and managers getting attacked and having X on their sitting. So what does that mean? And they're not being effective with that story. They might think they are, but it's not effective to, like, you're attacking everybody, but you're not attacking people that's within Impact and stuff. Like superstars, so you're attacking officials. And at the end, the World Championship was on the line as Austin Aries defeated Pentagon Jr. And Pentagon Jr., who's been on the roll on MLW, you would think Impact, since seeing MLW, would want to capitalize on that when they show, but it's just another dang product. It's just like Ring of Honor is getting better and Impact is getting slower, and it's like, shouldn't be like that, but things happen in the instance that we can't control. But you know, hey, it is what it is, and it is what it is for you. And I hope y'all have a happy weekend. Thank you all for watching the Pro Wrestling Show here. My name has been Ken Dixon. So long. I'll see you next week.